So yeah, so I was working on this little. I'm creating these little like sticky notes, but I'm putting it on my wall, as you can see. And each one of these, like, I'm gonna put like a letter in each one of my poems, like little haikus. That's what you call those. And it's gonna be a message to my nephew that died. So I think it's dope. So this one is called Signals. It starts off, when I spoke to you, was the volume too loud? Was the service down? Was my reception unclear? Did you miss the vowel O when I told you that I loved you? Did you hear me? Did you hear me when I said that I love you? And that's it.
Don't get coronavirus in your heart.
Let's do it.
It's the bass.
LOSO__G. DK, the engineer.
And we got the return, the original.
Hey man, the one and only. How y'all doing, man? I miss y'all, man. Real shit.
100 bro.
I like what y'all did with things. I'm not gonna lie to you. I be catching up and I be watching like, damn, this shit is really growing. Wow.
I'm glad. What you been up to, bro? Given COVID and just everything, son. We haven't heard from you in like forever.
I've been going through my ups and downs. Life is different. Life is really different. So I'm getting my mental back. I'm getting back into my mental space.
Cool.
One day at a time.
Ed, what about you? You still fighting?
Fighting COVID. I'm kidding. No, I mean, I still train. I train with Jose. We just got done with a session now. We train 3 times a week in the basement. So, Jose's learning some Kung Fu.
Jose, you nice?
We'll see. You trying to battle me, bro?
Oh! Hadouken!
It's really different than what I did than what I first started off at, because I started off doing Muay Thai through Edwin, actually.
Okay.
And that's a lot more striking, kicking, things like that. So we've been doing a lot more is just grappling throws, learning how to fall and stuff like that. And it's stuff that, like, falling, I think, is the thing that I'm like, because I got hurt at the beginning, but still I'm kind of like real pussy about that. That's the thing I'm a little bit more scared about. But little by little, everyone's been doing a good job of, like, just going, I guess, at my pace, introducing things in a way where I feel comfortable. And I really appreciate that. Now I'm having a lot of fun with it. Like, clearly I'm like really out of shape. So like, there's that big obstacle of just like, just kind of going through the beginning, just suffering, getting through the suffering, just so I can keep building that up and building that confidence. I wouldn't know, but with the stand-ups, bro, I've been doing them a little bit easier. So I know I've been slimming down the gut a little bit more now and shit like that. But it's dope. I'm looking forward to, after COVID, I definitely want to go to his gym, and I definitely want to try competing a bit, which is something I've never even been a little bit confident about before. But I figured, why not?
Yeah, we're gonna get Jose some fights, bro.
That ass?
Yeah, that's serious.
Oh shit, DK.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the beats on everybody, son. I want to fight everybody. You first.
Damn.
I'm gonna fight Garrett first.
I'm about to say
Garrett, if you watch this, bro, you're next.
Your numbers up, Garrett.
Count your days.
Count your fucking days.
Yo, you just got the fucking heavenly light out of nowhere. What's good with you?
Shit, I'm trying to get back to wherever y'all at right now. I don't know where are y'all at.
You can't find the screen.
Oh, here you go.
Oh yeah, I was like, shit, he's in like a fucking Bad Boy video.
So talk to me, guys.
Yo, what made you talk the podcast? We're on 100th episode. We got to talk about how it originated. We got to talk about all the bitches we got.
Whoa.
Nah, I don't got none. This podcast got me no. It actually took away. It took all my joints away.
I ain't got no bitches either. Corona ain't doing it for me, buddy. I lost my relationship with Corona.
You said because of Corona?
I lost my relationship in Corona.
Aww, her loss.
But yeah, man, I mean, it was just interesting because like you two really are the ones who started it off. Like you two and it started off just like I think we were in the basement. I think I was there for the first one. Y'all just started recording when people were just talking shit, right?
Yeah. When the name came out and everything, the base 40s.
Yeah.
Where is it? Can you know this?
We tried to, but he said no.
Exactly. I'm gonna wipe him from everything. I'm gonna erase her. Y'all ever seen that movie? That's what I'm gonna do to for not fucking coming on, yo, and showing us love.
That's still a brother.
Nah, he's still whatever, man. If you're still watching this, I'm gonna erase you, bro. Erase it.
So Los, how's teaching? Talk to me. Like, what's been the evolution of teaching with you?
Man, I'm just getting acclimated to this whole electronic stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna eventually try to sell it. I'm gonna try and bottle it, package it, and sell it. Hopefully, with the help of DK, because a lot of people don't know how to use these computers, and a lot of people don't know how to teach using computers. So if I can put it in a package and sell the idea that you can teach through, well, not the idea, sell the ease of access to teaching through computers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and make money off of that.
You thinking about like writing a curriculum specifically?
Either a curriculum or a consulting experience where me and you go around and talk to people.
Oh, I could talk all day, man.
Exactly, but that's behind the scenes.
Like computers.
Go around and just tell people like, oh, you can do this, and I'm not even gonna give the juicy parts. But you can do this, and this, and they're like, oh my god, you can do that, and me and Jose gonna be like, yeah, and then take their money.
I did do that shit for this. When I was a teacher though, I because I was the technology director. Like I set up the whole technical infrastructure for them. Like,
yeah, see,
my shit was bees, bro. Like, because every year we kept losing mad content because everybody would leave and everybody would do their whole thing. So I just created a centralized system. I added people's emails, people's schedules. I created group emails. That way, you didn't have to know every individual person on the team. Just like random little things like that. Then creating like a directory structure. That's managed properly. That way people can work collaboratively on things. Then there was the whole thing about making an exam. This is the thing that blew me away. Is like they were creating a curriculum without any idea of the weight that each topic held on the final exam. So they treated each topic as if everything was, as if everything was equal, right? But you know that in exams, there's some questions, some topics that'll never show up, or a question that is so hard that'll show up, but it's like worth 2 points. You know what I mean? When compared to everything else. And that was one of the things that I brought into the mix. Like, cause I actually went through every regions for like the last 10 years. And I did this like an idiot because then we found another document that had this all summarized too. But I went through it. I organized every question and I found out statistically how likely questions were to show up. And then I just based the entire curriculum off that. And to brag, bro, I like my students were immigrants, bro. Like, didn't speak a lick of English, from all walks of life, right? All corners of the earth. So black, white, mixed, everything. And there was kids that were passing regions with one semester, because I mean, when you learn how to, now I wouldn't say scheme exams, but when you learn how exams work, it's very easy to create a curriculum that works with that exam.
Yeah.
But nah, bro, I'm 100% down for that. I mean, there's a few curriculums I want to write. It's just a matter of like, putting it together, packaging it, and then working through it. But but in due time, son, in due time.
Well, good luck to your journey. You and those.
What you been up to though, bro?
Shit, I've been through a lot. Are we gonna take it there?
What?
I mean, yo, we can go as far as you want. It's up to you. Yes, you the question.
What used to be the how we used to start it? We used to say, what's grinding your gears, bro?
Oh, what's grinding your gears?
What's grinding your gears?
Throwback.
All right, the thing that's grinding my gears is how the universe is off balance. If
we need the avatar.
Yeah.
Oh, this Thanos fucking
It's, if you really pay attention, the negative plates or the negative energy is more in tune than actually the balance of positive energy. Like, I don't know if y'all believe in these type of things, but I do. It's just like I see way more negativity things happening in this world than actually the balance of positive things. So that's one thing that grinds my gears. I mean, we could talk about that. We can elaborate on that if you want to. What else grinds my gears?
Just touching upon that, because I was thinking about I feel like maybe most of history was probably more negative energy than positive energy. Meaning like more when I think negative energy, I mean like dirtbag scheming shit, like manipulation, right? Like
yeah, that's what I think of too.
like because I feel like really we're at a point where we're moving into a phase where maybe the positive quote unquote maybe will good maybe outwin evil, like maybe really just because like how exposed everything is, you right? Because like with computers and tech like that, like now we have. I mean, history can still be changed and manipulated, right? But now we have a lot more, I guess, first person sources of like things that are going on. So I feel like we have a more real picture compared to before.
You see the dirtbag shit in real time. My bad. What are you saying?
I feel like this real picture that we're seeing through Instagram, through Facebook, or whatever we're watching it through our eyes, I feel like that's making the human brain more stupid or more. The trauma is becoming so crazy in the human brain that we're becoming damaged. Like more mental health issues are really on the uprise. Am I tripping? Am I?
No, you're right.
No,
You're
I
right.
agree, bro.
It's like, man, there's a lot to unpack. I think, like touching on Jose's point first, I think it's true. It's like throughout history, you know, we didn't have iPhones, we didn't have camcorders, we didn't have things to record what was going on. So we see things now in real time. So, you know, even if you read history, right? I just imagine how much it would have sucked to pretty much live during any time in human history. Like you could take any person and put them in any time in history, and during that time, there's war, famine, death, colonialism, all types of things going on. It's just that now we get to see it in real time, right? Yeah. It's not even on television like it was before. Like, you know, even 20, 30 years ago, it was pre-recorded, right? Or you may see something live, but now it's like everyone has a camera phone, right? So rather than hearing about Rodney King, we'll see it in real time, right? It's very palpable. So like, you know, regardless of whether things are getting better or getting worse, it's always going to seem like it's getting worse because it's always in our face. Now, on your point, when it comes to like social media, damn, there's a lot to unpack, but it's like our view within social media is curated in the sense that there's algorithms that put in front of our face whatever the algorithms think will keep us scrolling is what it shows us, right? So like whenever, let's say, for example, you're scrolling through your Instagram, right? Whenever you put on a picture, like click on a picture, right, and look at it, it's logged when you clicked on the picture, how long you looked at it, who it was, what the hashtags were, right? And then based on that, it shows you more things. So let's say if you believe in a certain thing, let's say if you're, I don't even know, let's say you believe in climate change is fake. Random example, right? And if you keep looking at things like that, you're going to, you know, be fed back that. That's it's like a feedback loop, right? It's like you can even make an experiment, right? Pick any random topic, any random hashtag, right? And then just constantly scroll through that. I guarantee you the next day, what's going to be on your feed on Instagram, on Facebook, are things related to the things that you just watched. Like it's not a coincidence that, you know, you may watch something on police brutality and then all of a sudden, like all these other stories of police brutality show up. So it's like,
that's scary, Ed. That's just scary.
Yeah, it's like, it's something that was intended to, well, I can't even say it was intended to, but I guess the good intention was to have people connect and have people see things in real time. But on the flip side, when your whole goal is to keep people on your platform, you have to show them things that they want to see. You have to keep them on, and that really gets people siloed. Like I don't consume that much social media, but even when I'm on it, like I can even tell. Like for example, we have the base Instagram, right? We all have access, you know. I know some people who do like martial arts, and I added them as friends. As soon as I added them as friends, all of a sudden, just like a whole bunch of martial arts stuff just popped out of nowhere, right?
It went from thotties to martial arts, bro.
It went from good to martial arts.
Yeah, exactly. So now, it's like the feed is like the feed is like food, titties, martial arts, and like I don't even know, and like haircuts. I don't know. Somebody likes looking at barber shit, but like that's basically what's you know. So that's scary. That's scary, man, because it's like you think you have agency. You think like, oh yeah, this is how the world is, but it's like you're being shown a certain version of the world.
Yeah,
you know.
To me, that's fake. That's like you're jumping into reality. That's not really the reality. Like, that's not everything. That's just this one segment, and that shit is scary to me. I had to take a break from social media. No lie.
Yeah, that's healthy. Like you should. I mean, you know, I think anyone could benefit from at least taking a break, right? Or at least whenever you're on social media, being aware of like what you're looking at or having a specific goal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause it's hard. It's hard. Like even people who don't mess with it, they'll find themselves just scrolling random. All of a sudden, 20 minutes pass. You're like, holy shit! I just spent 20 minutes just like bullshitting. You know.
Man.
Oh, that's something that grinds my gears, buddy. Next.
We all going?
Yeah, let's do it. It's one grind. Go ahead.
I'll sign it up. Well, I'm following it up. So lately, what's been grinding my gears is like
I'm grinding gears. What?
It's like this absence of mind. And what I mean to say is like people are like viewing it's stemming from social media as well. People are viewing snapshots of lives and then creating entire pictures for themselves. So I can show you like this little square of my life, and then you can then create a whole reality for me that doesn't exist for me.
Oh, great. You be traveling. You be in fucking brunches every fucking Sunday.
And this shit's not true, bro. Or yeah, it's just crazy how easy people can fall for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like people are just falling for anything, and it's crazy. It's just
my man. What do you expect, though? My fault.
No,
if you posting something going out in the middle of a pandemic, now I wouldn't expect somebody to hold on to fun times for months.
No, but that's what's been like. That's the thing that came to the top of my mind after what V spoke about, because I'm with V on his grind of the gears, but I had to throw something else out there, like my secondary issue. That's
on his grind of the gears.
That's been on my mind lately. It's just allowing social media to control and contort your life when it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, that's just sick. What about you, Jose?
Besides like regular politics bullshit, I'm trying to think. I guess the one thing that's in the front of my mind, which is probably like a lot of people, it's just I guess the state of the pandemic, more specifically how like things are like at its worst right now, but I feel like people are like most relaxed. And to be honest, like I'm not gonna change my routine, my mentality, because you know some people have been like that. I've been taking a little too serious, but I don't care. And you know, I'm just hoping that like my friends and my families that are kind of like pulling stunts and not taking it as serious, you know, like I don't want anything to happen to them, but you know, just in general. But it's just this whole thing where it's just like things are at its worst right now, and you know, people should be taking it more serious, and they're just kind of not. And I just hope nobody I know personally, you know, pays for that.
Yeah, you're not lying about it. I know what you're talking about, though.
Bro, fucking that. I mean, shit. That was my.
That was yours?
That's basically what's bothering me the most. Is just how people are being so cavalier about it. It's like I understand that you want to get on with your life, but there's a way to go about it. Like there's a way that you could live your life in a fulfilling way that doesn't involve endangering not necessarily yourself, but the people around you. It's just like holy shit, bro. It's like people, I don't know. It's like times like this where you see like a lot of people are self-centered, you know, a lot of people are self-centered, and there's nothing wrong with like being, I guess, you know, have like a rational self-interest. Like there's nothing wrong with making sure you're good and your life is like, I think that's like paramount. But if you take it to the next level where you're now possibly endangering other people, trying to kill your grandma and shit with COVID because you want to, it's just crazy to me. And people are framing it like it's a freedom, like a free speech thing, like a freedom thing, like the pandemic, the lockdown, me not being able to do X, Y, and Z is an assault on my right to exist. And I'm just like, COVID is an assault on your right to exist, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
It will kill you, bro.
Saying, but I feel like with other people, like this shit, people can feel like this is a sham, a scam, whatever. Like one moment people are dying crazy, all of a sudden it's a standstill. Like it's like what's really going on with this COVID situation. So I'm with you on that, but I know how other people feel. Like, yo, where is COVID? It's COVID.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I said this early in pandemic. Me and DK were saying it. We were like, yo, I guarantee you, if there were like goggles where they could see like viruses floating around, people would like the shit would be like next level panic because it's like out of sight, out of mind because you can't see it. It's not happening, and it's like, well, 200,000 people would disagree with you. It's like, it's like you have certain things. Like for example, and I hate to bring this example, but you have something like 9/11, right? It's very tangible. 3,000 plus people die in a day, and it's a tragedy. And every year we commemorate it. It's like holy shit, wow, look what happened, right? And then we have something that killed over 200,000 people, and people are just treating it like it's fucking fake. Like that's really. And I think that's a disconnect. And I understand why that's the case. But, I think people should even if you don't end up agreeing with me, even if you just say, okay, whatever, like at least think past the first level, it's,
Everybody is just, I don't know. It's just a different feeling for everybody. Some people have been making the most money in this pandemic ever. So they're
for sure.
They're not thinking how you're thinking.
Yeah,
Amazon.
Mr. Bezos.
Yeah, a lot of people. Some people who, like you and I, or all of us, who are just like, average Joes. We just, we work, we're teachers, we're in an education, or whatever field that we're in that's just not their field, we are affected by this shit because it's just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I don't want to play with my life because we have a structure. People who don't have structure in their life, they're not affected by this shit.
I mean, until they die, but I mean, like most people aren't like, it's not something where you get touched, you die, right? But it still is one of those things where there's so many people that have like long term, they have like scarring in their lungs and shit like that. It's like, it's just not a joke. And I feel bad for people who, like, especially in the beginning of the pandemic, like Amazon workers and things like that. Like apparently Amazon was not taking the proper safety precautions, providing like hand sanitizer, things like that.
UPS too.
Yeah, it's like the people who are always like I don't blame someone who has no choice but to work, right? If you have no choice but to work, but to be out in the streets, no one's gonna. I wouldn't disparage them, right? Because you just got to do what you got to do. On the flip side, there's another contingent of people who go beyond what they quote unquote need to do. And
Atlanta.
are just making things worse.
It's called Atlanta, boy. You can say it. Atlanta. Have you fucking seen Atlanta, bro?
Everyone and their mother's in Atlanta.
Bro, they're having full concerts, bro.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money out there. You don't understand the economy. The economy is sending the money out there. Just like how a lot of money was in New York at first. And then New York got crazy with Corona.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of money was in California.
Mm-hmm.
California got crazy with Corona. And now Atlanta is the place with the money. Texas is next. I see it. Houston.
Yeah.
Fucking next. I promise you.
Yeah. I don't think it's... Oh, my bad.
Go ahead, bro.
I was going to say, I don't think it's a coincidence that it's like the southern and midwestern states that have the highest infection and death rates. Like, I don't think that's like a coincidence. New York makes sense just because of the population density. But even New York compared to other places now, like we're doing way better than, a lot of the country. So it's like...
But New York is though, Ed. Have you been outside lately?
You said what?
New York is a dead zone. No one is out there.
No, I mean,
besides
In
Lil,
Manhattan?
I agree and disagree because like I go to work twice a week and I'm like out and about. There's certain things that aren't like it's way quieter than normal, but during people are still going to work. People are still like doing their thing, things like that. But I do think it's good in the sense that people here, I think, take it more seriously, take it a little bit more seriously. Like I'm not asking anyone to like lock themselves in their doors. Like it's just like be mindful, like wear a mask when you're around people. You know what I'm saying? Like or not like around random people. Like if you're around close people, like whatever. But if you're in street, subway, wear a mask. It's like, be mindful about washing your hands, things like that. Just really basic shit that would like that helps out.
That's what
you said. What?
Shit that should have been in place before Corona even happened.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Hygiene.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
One of the things that disappoints me the most, I guess, about people's reaction to all of this is the whole thing where they're like, oh, 200,000, 300,000, that's not a lot of people. And I'm like, I think we should, that's still a good amount of people, but like, we're also doing things to stop the spread. You feel me? Like, it's like people don't want to take it serious unless they see it in front of them, as opposed to, playing it safe, learning from the past, right? And then just like making sure it doesn't happen. Because I'm thinking about all this and my friends that are like going out and being like, oh no, because they're like, you're not a scientist. And I'm like, I'm an engineer, so close enough. But like, that's besides the point, right? It's just using kind of like common sense. But I'm hoping that when we get through COVID, nothing happens to them. And I'd rather them think that I over exaggerated as opposed to this shit getting out of fucking hand. And then people I know getting sick. Like I'd rather look like a kook in like whatever a year when this is all done. Like, oh, gay, look at you. You didn't do anything during COVID. And then I'm gonna be like, nah, bro, look how we expanded the base. Look how ripped I look. Now I'll choke you the fuck out and shit like that. She started the consulting thing. All this other bullshit, you feel me? But I don't know, man. You see, this whole thing, man. When I'm listening to some people talk, I'm like, yo, how's the human species gonna survive? Because like this is a huge disappointment when like logic and reason and the numbers are right in front of you, and like you just choose to be like, no, and it's just like my body, my choice. Except when it comes to abortions for kids, you're not gonna take care of and shit like that. It's just stupid.
That was very specific.
You got too far.
Nah, DK. I hope it's a hoax too, because outside of nursing, I'm in the second most dangerous job with this whole fucking pandemic shit. What is that?
Didn't your school catch Corona?
I don't know.
They closed, bro. Didn't they close?
Hey, we gotta watch out for you, buddy. We need a mask around him because like
just dangerous, but. Yeah, I hope it's all a fucking hoax as well, man. Because this shit it's taking. Well, I lost 2, so that already tells me it's real. So on top of that, it's like, I lost an uncle and frat brother.
Oh yeah,
homie that homie that owns Amarachi.
I remember that. That's in the beginning of COVID.
Yeah, when it was like hitting. That's when reality hit, and everybody was like, "Oh shit, let me put my mask on." It's just getting a little crazy. But it's like, why take all of that for you to like settle down, simmer down, and just chill?
Because it's the patterns, Los. It's the patterns. We had H1N1. We had all that other
flu. That was bird flu, right?
That was the bird flu. We had mad cow. We had all these things that we never took seriously because they never really hit us like that.
Yeah.
And then now when we see something hit, you have to show me that it's hitting you for me to actually pay attention to it.
For you to believe it. That's true.
Yeah. That's how people are, though, in general. That's not like, a knock on anyone. That's just how people are. It's hard to take something abstract and then translate it into something real, It's just how we are.
And the thing is that this will inevitably happen again. You feel me? Like in terms of like a disease that crosses borders, crosses countries and stuff like that. Yeah. It'll happen again. Maybe not in our lifetime, but it's just like, how are people going to react? Probably the same way they did now, the same way in Spanish flu. What years were that? Whatever. It's just kind of.
It'll be Skynet. It's all good. It'll be Skynet.
It'll all just be
Skynet.
computers. Humans won't be around anymore, and the viruses will be computer viruses.
It's gonna be Minority Report. People gonna just start killing people before the crime happens.
Yo, I watched that movie like a couple months ago, but I was like, it was weird. I don't know what to think because the concept is so good. It's kind of a cheesy movie, but it's like a good cheesy movie.
It's
like
called Minority Report. Minority Report.
Minority Report.
Yeah, it's about being black in America.
Netflix.
Minority Report, and it's only with white people.
Secret meaning.
It's Netflix.
Nah,
it's from like 99 or some shit, or maybe even earlier.
It has the Scientology prophet, Tom Cruise. He's the one.
It's a Tom Cruise movie. It's a good movie. So basically the premise is like they come up with a technology that could. So they have like 3 people that could see the future. Precogs, right? They see the future and they develop technology where they can access their thoughts. So they could see crimes before they would happen. So the first scene, you see them stopping a crime that would have happened, and then you see all the steps. They walk you through all the steps. So you're like, oh, holy shit! Like this is crazy because they could stop crime. So they could charge you for a crime before it happened because they could see the future. But then they have something called the Minority Report, which is like a glitch in the matrix. Like sometimes they fuck up, right? So, that's kind of the premise.
I'm about to look up this shit right now.
It's a good premise, but
it was kind of cheesy. It was a little cheesy, but it was a good movie. It's worth watching at least once.
I should came out 2002.
I was watching something earlier that said the actors who got their career saved. The actors who saved their career with one movie role. Do you know who number 1 is? Take one guess.
Who saved their career with one movie role?
One movie role. Like their career was shit until this movie.
Will Smith?
No, damn. You think
hold up?
Career?
I mean, you can make an argument that his shit went down after like fucking Hancock and all those other movies.
Nah, his shit never went down. His shit was steady streaming.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yes. How did you know?
Iron Man. Because he was like, he was getting busted for bro. My man, I'm surprised he didn't overdose on some shit. Like just how crazy his life is. And then Iron Man, bro, just changed it for him. It had to be a Disney person. They make so much money. And he was like the highest paid actor in Disney.
Ever.
He's like Tim Allen.
Wolverine, whatever his name is, Hugh Jackman. He's not.
Nah, he rose. He never
X-Men sucks.
He was never trash. He always rose. It was rising.
I promise you, he's gonna be the best Wolverine.
But Robert Downey was like heavy on drugs and then super fucked up. And what it made me think about was like how and I hear this all the time, how white people have a second chance and black people don't. Like this is our last chance basically. So like we don't have the opportunity to the whole list. I watched the whole thing. It was 20 actors. 20 actors and actresses. None of them black, bro.
That's
I was like
Samuel Jackson, technically. He came back.
He did 140 movies. He didn't have time.
Come on, Sam.
Yeah, but wasn't he an addict at one point?
Nah.
Addicted to movies.
That was a movie. That was a movie that he was in. That was one of his movies. But it's like there's no second chance for minorities, bro.
Not about that.
And not only did he get a second chance, he got a second fucking chance, bro.
He got a second chance.
Iron Man, bro. Come on. Then they had like Johnny Depp. They had Robert Pattinson. Like they had a whole bunch of other people, but it was
the guy from 2.5 Men in there?
Who's the guy from 2? Oh,
Tiger Blood?
Nah, because it was only movies. It wasn't.
Oh, okay.
But he's another person. Mad tries, bro.
Yo, how you say some insane shit? Catch the virus, and you still smashing models, and people still want you.
Yeah.
Hold on. No, Samuel L. Jackson. He actually was. He used to be addicted to cocaine and alcohol, and then he lost
rich people. Shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He went to Morehouse, right? Did he?
Was it before the movies or after?
He was in acting, but he got rejected from Broadway because of his issues, and then he came back into acting.
And now he's on top.
Did he ever stop?
Will he ever stop?
Maybe if
Bro, it's like you start doing cocaine and then you get your life together and then you get rich, so you start doing cocaine again. It's like a perfect circle.
And you would know, huh, Ed?
No, I'm not an actor.
Shit is sick.
I'm not an actor.
I'm not an actor.
Yo, V, how far have you come from episode 1?
Mentally or just
Whichever. What do you choose?
I don't know. I guess I'm more mature now. I'm more mature. I'm more focused. I'm more like I can really communicate my feelings now as a man. Like it's weird. Before it was hard for me. Like I can't say I'm in a depressing mood, which I wasn't in a depressing mood episode 1, but life was happening. I was transitioning I was leaving my 20s and now I'm 30. So it's different. Like I don't know. Granted, I'm going through a lot of personal stuff now, but I'm understanding that it's life. But I think I'm more mature and I'm more like, I don't know. I have a sense of me now, a real sense of me now. What about you?
Let me think about that first episode. In that first episode, we had 17 people on set, quote unquote, because we didn't really have a set. We just had a basement with a mic or one mic.
We didn't know what we were doing.
We didn't know what we was doing at all. It sounds terrible if you go listen to the first episode. We weren't really focused on what we were gonna do, what we wanted to do, but we knew what we wanted to do. In a sense, it sounds crazy. We knew what we wanted to do, but we didn't know how to do it. And then I feel like my life is more scheduled now, which I gotta thank DK for that, because if I didn't have a schedule, I would be lost. I would just float to different things.
DK, you really just put people on the schedule.
Wow, damn. DK is fucking steering Noah's Ark. Holy shit.
Nah, for real. I feel like my thoughts are more precise, and I gotta thank Edwin for that, because he calls me out on my bullshit, which is so easy to get away with in the past when we had just number free time.
Yeah.
The maturity level has definitely risen.
Yeah, you got mature. You got very mature, Los.
Because
did he?
Like all the dumb shit he used to do back then.
He used to do stupid shit, bro, just for fun, just for the views. But now it's like it's more of a longevity that we want to apply to this podcast. And if we continue doing stupid shit, it's funny for a week, but it's not going to be funny in a year.
Yeah.
So that really stood out. Yeah, and then as far as production value and quality and all the stuff we have now, it's like
I say shout out to DK, honestly.
I say shout out to DK too. Fuck that boy.
Thank you.
DK, no offense, and you are a person that you are a personality. You're beautiful.
That boy ain't bring nothing to this podcast. DK brought everything.
DK, when he stepped in, I said, Jesus Christ, this man is intelligent. Like this man is on a different level of intelligence. Like, and I appreciate that, DK. No funny shit.
Nah, boy,
thank you. But it's not intelligence, bro. It's about just wanting to do the work. Just I took a lot of time. Like the stuff, the one thing I'll say, I guess, from me starting to now, man, like things that used to take me a week to do, now take me like an hour to do, even less, man. Like it's just I had to take a lot of time at the beginning to learn how to like speed up the production process of our episodes and stuff like that, and to just maintain the quality. And there's still a lot of other work I want to do on my end just to keep it clean, because I want to expand some of the content that we have here. So with expanding that, I got to be mindful of like my time, everybody else's time. So just constantly thinking about that and how we can evolve this. I think it's very important to have people that look like us talking about important things. I don't want to hear any more of this Kanye and Meg Thee Stallion bullshit, my man. That's not real fucking news, my man. Like we got to be talking about real shit that fucking matters. So I mean, I like this. I'm talking about. I'm actually keeping up with the news, which is one thing I definitely wasn't doing before. Going on my way to like interact with people, because I know after college, specifically when I went into teaching, man, I went real antisocial. Like I just stopped. I stopped going out at like period. Mind you, I lived in the Bronx too during that time, but like I would flaking constantly on like Ed Boy. That boy always kept in touch with me. He didn't give he didn't get upset about that shit.
Yeah.
But nah, man, I'm just glad we're. I guess where my life is right now, and I just want to stay focused and keep moving forward with this.
I like that.
Hey boy, how have you evolved? 100th episode. Be honest.
I probably regress, bro.
If it's that shit true, that's
I'm probably nah. I mean, honestly, I would probably say I'm a little bit more conscientious, just in general. I think one of my issues was that I constantly have a lot going on in my head, and it's hard for me sometimes to, like, when I'm like, for example, this podcast, like I don't have a problem being on this or focusing because, it's something I want to do. I'm talking to you guys, things of that nature. But I would say just in general, when it came to other things that I might not have wanted to do, things maybe related to like my career or just things of that nature, I wasn't that I would get things done, but I wouldn't get things done in an efficient manner. And I think just seeing, I mean, it sounds corny, but like just seeing you guys grow and seeing, how you guys carry yourself. It's like when you surround yourself with certain people, it motivates you to be more on your shit. You're kind of, a lot of who you are is kind of an average of who you spend time with, and or who you talk to, who you communicate with, things of that nature. So being with people who are growing has helped me grow. So yeah, I don't know if it's a big deal. It's kind of hard for me to say like in the moment, but maybe, I don't know, in a few years I could look back and be like, oh damn, between this time and this time I really grew. But I would say I feel like I've grown since, So
love you too, bro. You basically you hear it? Diggy, you heard it? I heard him.
Yeah, I heard him. He mumbled it.
He mumbled it. You heard it?
We got it on camera.
Los did not change from that at all.
You got to sneak it in there. I heard it.
Los with the fucking most.
Yeah, whatever happens to that. Los's hostess with the mostest.
Yeah, like that shit was terrible.
I stopped being the most. It didn't make sense.
He stopped being a hostess?
So
with
terrible.
The most?
It went with the show.
It did, bro.
Yo, sometimes you need like a cheesy tagline.
Like, don't get coronavirus in your heart.
In your heart. No, that was a good one. You said what?
The tagline was "No coronavirus in your heart." Like,
that was Los.
Yo, that's actually gold.
Everybody loves that shit. So that's the very first thing that, like, yo, I like that. Don't get coronavirus in your heart.
You gotta put it on your shirt. You gotta put it on your shirt.
Honestly, you should just make a video of you looking into, like, no, dead serious. Like, you should just find a high quality video where it's like slowly zooming into your face, and then you don't say anything, and at the last minute you just say, "Don't get coronavirus in your heart," and that's the video, and that's it. And we should post it, and it'll get like 1 million views. I'm so serious,
dude. So remember, the first episode was always like an hour. Did that change as well too with time frames? I remember we did that first episode, it was like an hour and change long. What are the time frames for these videos now?
It's about the same. It varies, but I think it's about the same. We started doing the rundowns where we talk about like current events and things of that nature and try to break it down and give it context. Those actually got a little shorter just because we become more efficient with like how we organize our thoughts, things like that. But I would say it's pretty much the same. It varies. But I say it's the same. Sometimes they run longer, like the one with Steve. We split that up into two different ones. I didn't
see that one. I've seen a lot of those, but I didn't see that one. Steve was
not your Steve. Not your Steve. We need to work on that. You need to work on that.
Nah, we get Steve on, bro.
Yes, I'm down.
I think we need to have for this 100th episode. I think everybody should have made an appearance. Everybody who ever came through should just kick it.
Pulled up one time, just showed up, dipped off. It's like,
yo, that'll literally be 100 people. Like literally.
That's 10. Top 10 people.
Top 10 people. Yeah, we have to rank people. We have to make people like get jealous.
We
need to have a
with
we should do that. That would be a good video to have a guest tier list, and then we actually pull people and then put them in different tiers. We should have a guest tier list.
I'm telling you, that should be so lit. Be like, yo, why am I fucking tier 5? Because you don't be on it, V. Like that should be so dope.
Yeah. You're an originator, but you're C tier right now because you only come in and out.
No, I'll get better. Like stable. Trust me, I'll get better.
A tier.
You're not in the last tier though. You know who is in the last tier.
Oh.
Don't say his name because he's gonna be erased.
It's taboo.
Yeah, I'm not.
The financial diamond is top tier. Financial diamond is number 1.
I'm not doing it.
The financial dominatrix is the number one guest we ever had.
I am not doing this with y'all.
That episode was crazy, bro.
Yeah, that was a good one. The old Rob ones were crazy too because he just went off.
Oh yeah, he used to
Rob. Yeah, he just went off. Shout outs to Sarge. You know,
I remember that one. That was in the early stages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was in the super early stages.
Yeah, man. The old basement. The old basement. Fucking man. Yeah, I remember your basement used to smell like fucking chicken and shit.
We used to order chicken.
No, I know. That's why it smelled like it. You smell like chicken or like fucking Domino's cheese sticks or some shit. Marinara sauce.
Oh man. 100 episodes, y'all.
So yo, V, like what's next for you? Like what do you like what do you have any plans that you could talk about publicly or any sort of new ventures that you want to talk about?
I don't really have that much planned right now because like I'm still my family, the base family. I lost my nephew 3 months ago. He was murdered. So I'm still dealing with like mourning and grieving right now. So like my plans on what I want to do in life is at hold because I'm trying to still get my mental to be stable as it once was before it happened 3 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So although I was doing very well with poetry, I was doing well with my projects and all that, that shit put my brain on a little standstill, if y'all can understand that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I've been going through. But I'm going to be in Puerto Rico next month.
Okay.
I'm going to be in Egypt in February. I'm still going to go on my spiritual journey over there.
Hey, that's dope, man. What do you got planned on Egypt? You visiting Giza? Or are you just going through?
Yes, I'm going to.
You been before?
No, it's my first time. I'm going to Giza. I'm gonna do the. Of course, I'm gonna do the pyramids. I'm gonna do the museum. I just want to know exactly more history of, honestly, our continent, Africa.
You gotta blog that shit, bro. You need to create a blog. Start a V-Man's videos, V-Man's vlog or something like that.
Yo, honestly, like
DK
I think that would be good, especially nowadays, right? Because not nearly as many people are traveling, but if you could catalog something like your own journey, and then I don't know, you could frame it however you want, but like you called it a spiritual journey, and that holds significance. I think people could relate to that, and
as well as benefit, for sure, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you should definitely. Definitely record it.
That's been me, man. I know I've been incognito to this, but I've been going through a lot. Like Los know, because he follows my journey hand there, and when I call him, he's always there to pick up. But I've been going through a lot. Yeah. But it's life, isn't it? It's life.
That's what they tell us.
Yeah, man.
But if you ask RBJ, he just bounced back and he's on. Nah, that's
you said what?
If you ask RBJ what's going on, he has a
man,
he's a different view on life. What's saying?
Oh, man. I guess at this point I'm really just looking forward to honestly just Thanksgiving and the holidays and stuff like that.
All about that. Corona really make you forget about this shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the whole thing, because it's like last year we threw a Spicksgiving is what I called it, and that was the first time I had cousins. Like we haven't linked up together, been that many of us together in like over a decade. Because like what ended up happening is that like all our aunts and uncles started splitting when I was like in high school, and then after that, everybody gets older, they go their separate ways. Some people went to college. Some people started families and stuff like that. And I wanted to do something, to just get everybody talking again. And actually, my cousins hit me up like 2 weeks ago, like, yo, what's good? What's good? I was like, Rona, bro. Like, what you think? I was like, next year, bro. Like, unfortunately, it sucks. So, like, as much as I would like to do a big family thing, I'm just going to keep it small.
That's actually, I forgot all about fucking Thanksgiving. Fucking Halloween's what? In a couple of days?
It's Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
But everyone's like the election. Fuck that Halloween shit. Everyone's worried about the election.
The election is scarier.
Did you see that line around your block, Los?
Huh?
For voting? Did you see that line around your block for voting?
Bro, you saw the video? It was crazy.
I was there. My grandmother had to vote, and I had to be fucking there. Like,
oh, you had to sit in the line?
Oh my god, that shit was crazy.
How many hours?
I mean, I don't do lines, so she had the little wheelchair, so that shit was crazy.
Nah, that line was crazy, bro. That shit was crazy. I recorded it. It's every day. I actually got to move my car to drive there because I had to park in the driveway because there was no parking on my block. That shit was crazy, bro.
Super.
Yeah, that shit is nuts. I know I know people who had to vote at the Brooklyn Museum because that's like, Crown Heights. A lot of people have to vote there. Yeah. And the line, that line was crazy too. And you know how Eastern Parkway has those long ass fucking blocks.
Blocks. So it's just a block of people.
Holy shit, bro. Like, but it's crazy. It's like most people try to get there, like people try to get there early when it opens, but there's still a line. What I've found or what I've been told, like everyone who's gotten there like later, like maybe like an hour before it closes, they just go right through. Just because I guess everyone's trying to come super early. So I know people waited hours on that line. And I know someone who went to the line and only ended up waiting like an hour because they came they scheduled it like an hour right before the polling closed. So I don't know.
Like an hour. Fuck that, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's why I voted through mail. Fuck that. I got my ballot. I just mailed that shit. I'm good to go. Fuck that.
Yeah, that shit crazy, man.
You said what?
Trust that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people have been doing it since forever, and you can do.
Trump has a lot of power. Like that nigga has a lot of power. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like that shit is sick. Did you not see how he won to Hillary? Like, did you not see that? I don't know, man.
Well, catch me once, shame on you. Catch me twice, shame on me. So we'll see if it's shame on us.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it looks like a lot of people are voting. I think like 60 million people voted already, which is like a lot. But like,
I don't want neither of them.
Right. There's a lot. That's the two evils.
But that's how I feel like every election is, with the exception of Obama, but just because he's black. But I don't really know anything about his policies.
I want to see the independent people. I want to see their policies. I want to see what they're.
Yeah, I think
a whole party, a whole different party, a chance now. Like,
yeah, I mean, what generally happens is that now is that you have, it's weird. So it's a 2-party system. So you effectively have a whole bunch of different parties in one party because they feel like, okay, if I want to get on, really be taken seriously, I need to, be a Democrat or Republican. Like someone like AOC, she's like, a democratic socialist. She'd probably run on a different platform, right? She'd probably be, a run as a democratic socialist, but that's probably not viable, or she feels that's not viable. So she's a Democrat. That's why even within parties, there's like different factions that try to pull the party in one way. So it's like things get super duper political. Yeah, man, it's crazy. But I still think people should vote because you're not just voting for president. Like on my ballot, it's the president. It's Supreme Kings County Supreme Court is our state senator, congressperson. So it's not just voting for president. I mean, arguably, probably more important is even voting locally. So you gotta you gotta have your voice heard, and it's especially in New York, right? If you want to know why something is the way it is, particularly in New York City, look at which blocks vote, look at the percentage at which they vote, and then you'll get your answer real quickly. So voting even matters more with local politics because politicians only listen to people, for the most part, who vote for them. It's like, it's just being rational. Like, why would I, as a politician, give a fuck about people who are complaining but don't vote? They don't have any obligation to those people. I mean, they do have an obligation to those people, but let's say I'm a self-serving person. I just want to get reelected. So I'm going to pander to the people who vote and who are going to get elected. Old people vote more. Politicians really do cater to senior citizens to a lot of degrees, because
I think in the US, old people vote twice as many old people, I believe. I think their percentage is twice as large as the percentage of people within our age group and things like that.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. That's why we got so many fucking old people. And that's why nothing changes, right? Because they don't give a fuck. They're like, I'm not going to be here when this is, this is only for the remainder of my life. You know what I mean? If you, in general, if you have right, that saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, no duh, right? They're set in their ways, they're comfortable. Older people tend to have more money and things like that. It makes perfect sense why things are the way they are. And I've only started caring more about this recently and stuff like that.
Shit is different. I hate to cut y'all off short, but I have to call my job. So I'm gonna.
Perfect timing. We gotta do it.
No, bro, perfect time.
And that's the base.
Yo,
give us some parting words. Give us
the
some
artist corner.
Guys, the base 4 O's. You said some parting words. You guys, please.
Drop a poem.
A poem. Oh, shit, I want that.
Yeah, it's the artist corner.
So I was working on this little. I'm creating these little sticky notes, but I'm putting it on my wall, as you can see. And each one of these, I'm gonna put a letter in each one of my poems, little haikus. That's what you call those. And it's gonna be a message to my nephew that died. So I think it's dope. So this one is called Signals. It starts off, when I spoke to you, was the volume too loud? Was the service down? Was my reception unclear? Did you miss the vowel O when I told you that I loved you? Did you hear me? Did you hear me when I said that I love you? And that's it.